Let's evaluate the following integral. In the numerator we have tangent cube. In the denominator we have cosine cube. So what will be our strategy? One thing we can do right there, I mean, we have two approaches. Sorry. Let me clear my throat. We can write it as tangent cube times secant cube and look for the tangent secant combination, or at least get, well, secant squared, we can make tangent squared equal secant squared minus 1, and then we have tangent squared times secant to the fourth, and of course we know what to do here. But in this case, sometimes we can simplify the integrand by looking at the trigonometric identity. In particular, we're looking at the quotient identity, and if we write something like this, we're going to break it down. The tangent is the secant over the sine over the cosine, so we have sine cube, and then we have cosine cube times cosine cube, so we have cosine to the 6 d theta. Okay? Now, what do you do next? Whenever we have the cosine, we like to have sine times sine theta d theta as our differential, right? So this leaves us as sine squared of theta, and then we have the sine theta d theta, and below we have the cosine to the 6. And now all we need to do is replace the sine squared with 1 minus cosine squared, and we get the substitution as the derivative of the cosine is sine theta. So let's see, this would be 1 minus sine squared of theta times sine theta. I'm sorry, this will be 1 minus cosine squared. We want the cosine here, like so, over cosine cube, cosine to the 6. And at this point, I'm ready to do a substitution. So this is our integral. So u equal cosine theta, and therefore du equals negative sine theta d theta. And by that, we're going to have the following integral. In terms of u, we're going to have the integral. Because of the negative, I'm going to flip this over. So instead of 1 minus cosine squared, or 1 minus u squared, I'll have u squared minus 1. Right? And here, so now I have sine theta d theta, or du, divided by u to the 6. And then you continue from here. Then, at this point, you have the integral of u to the negative 4th minus the integral to the u to the negative 6 du, and we are ready to continue. So this will be negative u to the negative 3 over 3 plus u to the negative 5 over 5 over, yeah, because of the negative we change sign, plus c, and then the rest of it, u to the negative 3 is the 1 over cosine cube, or the secant cube. So we end up having, let's do the positive first. So 1/5 secant to the 5th minus 1/3 secant cube plus c. So this is the first example.